One of the most unsung and underappreciated accessories in optics is a good lens cover. These are heavy-duty lens covers from Outdoor Sporting Solutions, and as their name implies, they provide a solution to the biggest problem in lens covers: losing them. Alright, so we have today a set of scope covers to check out. Now, this was sent to me by OSS, Outdoor Sporting Solutions, and their owner and founder Jim, who is a military veteran. So this is a small veteran-owned company, and he saw my review on the Athlon Argos, or maybe perhaps it was the Athlon Talos, that I reviewed both of these, and I was complaining about how the scope covers were not retained and could easily fall off. And well, he had the same problem with his Athlon Argos, so he created a solution. In this case, some really interesting scope covers. Now, these he makes them in two different colors, and how they work, there's actually two pieces here. There we go. There's the scope, there's the lens cover cap itself, and then there's the retaining ring. And let's see what else is in here. It comes with a set of Allen keys and a set of spare screws, a thank you note, and an installation manual, or at least an installation sheet. So what you need to do is unscrew one half of your retaining ring and then mount it behind your sunshade, in the gap between the sunshade and the rest of the body tube of your scope. Screw that back down, and then you have a scope cover. And we're going to test that out for sure next, but I just want to take a good look at these. And you can see that they've been 3D printed, so that he does that himself. But this isn't too bad. I mean, a lot of, especially with the newer polymers that they're using for 3D printing, they can be quite durable, and I believe these might be carbon reinforced polymers, so that tends to make them much more rigid. And this is, I'm pressing down on this really hard. And if it was some of the earlier 3D printing polymers or lower grade, these would just snap. But this is, I'm really pushing down hard in the center here. This is legit. Certainly as strong as a plastic scope lens cover that, or stronger than I've seen, and certainly I think a little bit of creak, but I think that's in the joint there that I heard. Otherwise, very solid. So anyway, let's give this a try out on an actual scope and see how well they work. Alright, well, let's try attaching these on, or at least one of these. Let's go with the green one here. But this is the issue that I was having, and I'm sure many of you have. You have a spotting scope which has a lens cover, and this one is unretained, at least on these Athlon Talos, and I have some other scopes that have the same issue. They're fine, well and good, they're rubberized, keeps the weather and dust out of this, but there's nothing that keeps this attached to your scope, and should it accidentally drop off, especially if you're taking it out into the field and trekking or whatever, what have you, if this thing pops off, you're going to lose it. So it would be nice to have some sort of retained system on this lens cap. Well, the OSS cap does that. So we need to unscrew the retaining ring and separate the two halves of the ring. Okay. Then just open up a little bit of a gap in between your sunshade and the tube body. Slip this in. There we go. And slip the other half of the ring on top. And screw this down. And actually this is, I believe, made for an 85mm tube, and this is an 80mm objective, so it's not going to fit this particular model of scope precisely. Just bear that in mind, that this particular set of rings was not sent for this particular scope. And I can double check with OSS, but I do believe they also make them in various sizes, and they could probably custom make them for whatever objective lens you happen to have. But this should keep it. This will be tight enough that it'll be held in place, and then it's just simply a matter of putting this on top. And like I said, this was not made for this particular scope, but well enough that it provides a cover that is retained, because you can easily take it off, and you don't have to worry about it losing it. It'll stay there. And what's best is that it also works even with your sunshade fully extended. It'll still work. Voila. So there you go. I think if I had him make it specifically for this Talos 80mm tube or scope, it would fit even more snugly. But I'm satisfied with this. All right, so if you're interested in finding out more about OSS and their scope covers, you can find out more information on my full review at moondogindustries.com. Definitely check that out. And if this video review was helpful for you, or at least and perhaps maybe inspired you to become your own inventor and create your own products to fix a solution to a problem that you're having with your spotting scopes or your firearms or any of your gear, I strongly encourage you to do that. Necessity is the mother of invention. But let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you have your own thoughts about the design of this or any suggestions you might have for OSS. Leave a comment and be sure to hit like and subscribe. It really helps this channel grow, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Moondog, out. I contacted Jim in OSS and told him that I'd installed his cap on a Talos, and while it was a little bit loose, it was still a solid product. Well, in the conversation, we came up with an idea. He's going to make the inner cap ring just a millimeter or two smaller, so not only will it snugly fit a Talos, but it'll still fit an Argos and a Kronos. So that's problem solving right there. OSS really does stand for Outdoor Sporting Solutions. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.